Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
As a coach, this is my lord. Once again, we started late because of the systematic issues in our criminal justice system. Prisoners being late. I'm told that the correctional services were late in booking out accused number 2. It's something that's out of our hands.
Okay.
We adjourned on Friday. The state had to arrange for the transcripts of the proceedings in the lower court at the Boksburg Magistrate Court for the 27th of October, 27th of November 2020, as well as the 5th of March. That was arranged, my lord. Yesterday we did receive transcripts for the 27th of October. However, there was a delay in obtaining the transcripts of the 27th of November 2020, as well as the 5th of March 2021. Those transcripts were only made available this morning, and they've been made available to counsel. They're not really long proceedings.
So what do we do now?
I'm in the hands of my learned friends. If they are ready, we can proceed with cross-examination of Brigadier Gininda.
Yeah, Mr. Misi, what's your pleasure? You are the one who wanted some of that information.
My lord, to be precise, on the last occasion I've indicated that I've concluded my cross-examination. Then when Mr. Misi was supposed to cross-examine, that's when he requested to have the records so that he can commence with his cross-examination. But in the nutshell, what was put to the witness during the cross-examination before this evidence was discovered, I don't think I have to repeat it to the witness. To sum up, I would say I will conclude my cross-examination.
You have?
I'll conclude my cross-examination.
You've concluded it?
Yes, I've concluded my cross-examination.
Despite also having sight of at least
That's correct.
the transcript of the 27th October, 27th November, and the 5th of March.
That's correct.
Okay, right, Mr. Misi.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, on account of the fact that there's nothing which has been tendered by this witness on behalf of accused number 3 or against accused number 3 that I'm representing, which is admissible in the trial, within the trial, except for those statements that the court said in an emphatic way that they are hearsay in nature. I don't have any questions against this accused. On this witness. Despite the fact that there are those records that have been made available, the disc and the record of the transcript.
But you have read those?
I've read them. They've been able to
but
us
there was
now.
Okay, fine. There was an allegation put to Brigadier Ginanda that I think that number 2, is it?
Excuse me, my lord.
I say the allegation put against to Brigadier Ginanda
Yes.
was that at the first court hearing in Boksburg,
Yes.
Regional Court,
Yes.
I think it's accused number 2,
Yes.
pertinently requested the magistrate Havenga
Yes.
by saying to him, I don't want to be represented by that attorney, meaning Mr. Ngiako.
Yes.
That was the...
I think that was on the 27th.
On the 27th, yeah.
November. Yes.
And Brigadier Gininda's response, before that, the case number 2 then says, the magistrate Havenga said, I don't want to speak to you, you are represented, speak through your attorney.
Yes.
Right? And in response to that assertion, am I quoting correctly? Because you say you are in court.
You quoted me correctly.
Right. So now you've read the I know it doesn't affect your client per se, in the strict sense of the word. You have read, as we say, the transcripts. Is there such an allegation? We don't know.
I want to be specific when I respond to the court.
Yeah, okay.
What actually transpired, I'm even not so sure, my lord, whether I've got a local standing literature to address this, because this is pertinently in the domain of accused number 2.
Yeah, fine.
This legal representative is here, but if the court requests me to assist it, then to assist him, then I'm more than welcome to do that, my lord. But what actually happened is on the 3rd of March 2021, the state brought a letter wherein Mr. Nxumalo was withdrawing as an attorney of record.
Yes, that's
cited
it.
the reasons that are contained in the letter. And then the magistrate confirmed with accused number 2 whether that is true, that he would no longer be represented by by Mr. Nxumalo. Then accused number 2's response to the magistrate's question was to the effect that, and I'm going to paraphrase,
Yes, please.
as per what is said in the record. And that is now on the transcribed records of the 5th of March 2021.
Yeah, 5th of March.
Page 3 thereof, I think it's line number 3, where it starts with the questioning of the court. The court says, or it's directing the question to accused number 2, and he directs it in the following way. Mr. Ntanzi, do you confirm that you are no longer to make use of the services of Mr. Nxumalo as your attorney, and that you wish to apply to Legal Aid South Africa for assistance in the matter? And Mr. Ntanzi, who was accused number 2 then, and is still accused number 2 now, his response was as follows. Your Worship, I heard what has been said before the court. However, the reason why I want him to withdraw is because Mr. Nxumalo wanted me to plead guilty to this murder charge. And yes, I do confirm that he's no longer representing me, and I will proceed with the legal aid.
Okay. And that is on the 5th of March.
That's on the 5th of March, that is correct.
On the 27th of March?
On the 27th of November.
Sorry,
Yes.
of November.
On the 27th of November, what is pertinent that I could have gleaned, in my view, is the following. On page 14, where Mr. Nxumalo starts by addressing the court on line number 2, he says, as the court pleases, I apologize, Your Worship, for that. But, Your Worship, my client wishes to address the court, and I advise him that he has to address the court through me, but he has been insisting that he wishes to address the court. I'm not particularly related to this appearance. And then this is what the court responded. The court then responded as follows. Yes, the court is not going to allow that at this stage. This is not a media conference. This is a court appearance. If you wish to address the media, do so in your own time and not as part of our court proceedings. Advise you to be quiet, sir. You have a legal representative, and advise you to be quiet and act upon your attorney's instructions.
Okay.
That is what I think would have been is of essence to me. That happened on the 27th of November, which I think bears some relevance in this trial within the trial. Except that, I'm not so sure whether there is anything that the court would also wish me to clarify him on.
And the 27th of November, the 27th of...
That is 27th November.
November, yeah, we've covered all the periods.
2020, yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. Mr. Gomez, do you confirm that that's the essence of the transcript of the 27th, 27th November, and the 5th of March?
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Mr. Maman,
As I've said, my lord, I don't have questions.
Yeah, I've heard you.
Thank you, my lord.
Umnumzana Nxumalo akanayo imibuzo bekade efuna.
Ah, so Mr. Nxumalo. Mr. Nisi.
As the court please, I'm looking at Mr. Nxumalo.
Ore amavelo ke mhlamba sasa. Ah, okay.
Umnumzane Nisi uma ebuke lonke May 27 zika November ku-2020 akanayo imibuzo angathanda ukubuza ubrigadier. Uyavuma futhi nomnumzana uMngomezulu ukuthi naye akasenayo imibuzo angabuza ubrigadier ngalelo daba nanoma sekabuke konke lokuyana obekukhulunywe nge-5 zikaMarch nage-27 zikaNovember.
Thank you, Mr. Mchololo.
Thank you, my lord. I do
Oh,
have.
you don't have questions?
I do have questions.
Okay, fine.
I
Yeah.
do have questions. Yes.
Go on. Oh, relating to what Brigadier Gininda testified to.
Yes, regarding what the
Okay, yeah.
Brigadier Gininda
Let's
testified
clear up
about.
the essence of the transcripts. Madam Mshololo, the explanation given by your colleague, Mr. Nisi, do you agree with it?
What was read from the transcript record, my lord, I confirm it.
Confirm that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, any questions there? Then Mr. Nxumalo.
Yes. Morning, Brigadier.
Morning.
Morning. Thank you. Brigadier, is it correct that your powers as you are occupying a rank of the Brigadier in the South African Police Services are equivalent to those of a magistrate in terms of taking of statements, that is confession statements?
Yes, that is correct, my lord. I think every commissioned officer who is regarded as Justice of the Peace has the same equivalent powers. That's the answer, my lord.
Okay.
But my lord, sorry, I just want to add something on what was submitted by Mr. Monisi.
Yeah.
The two dates he referred to, there's one date that was not covered, and that was a date that was in dispute, the question that was put to me. And that relates to the 27th of October 2020. That is a date of the first appearance, and that is a date where it was said, accused 2 said he wants Mr. Mjiako to withdraw. The record proves that he didn't say that. So
Yeah, no,
just
no,
want
Mr.
to-
Mnisi covered that. Am I correct, sir?
27 of
Yeah, Mr. Mnisi covered that. Nyalalela, Brigadier.
Noted, my lord.
Thank you.
Kuyiqiniso na ukuthi
Come.
njengoba ubrigadier amandla wakho ayafana nawakamantshi ekuthatheni i-statement lezi ezibizwa phecelezi i-confession uthi yebo iqiniso lokho.
Okay.
Brigadier, is it correct that in the interview of suspects, you will normally use the SAPS 3 capital letter M, small letter M in bracket? That is a statement regarding interview with suspects.
No, not necessarily always. For example, my lord, that is a formal way. When you're taking a warning, counsel is referring to the warning statement. But when you meet a person on the street and you warn a person according to the first encounter with him, the 3M, the interview form, is not in your presence. But that engagement, because it's official, its nature, you can then document it as I did in my diary. So it does not necessarily mean it becomes formal when it's documented in the interview form.
Kuyiqiniso ukuthi kunamaphepha athize uma nibuza abasolwa imibuzo ekwamele niwagcwalise ukuthi yebo lokho kuyayenziwa ngokomthetho. Kodwa uma hlangana nomuntu emgaqweni usomtshela amalungelo wakhe uzombuza imibuzo usuka mhlawumbe ungenalo lelo phepha. Nawo lokho akuchaza ukuthi le mibuzo okubuza yona ayikho emthethweni. Leyo mibuzo isuka isemthethweni nangokho ungaphethanga lelo phepha.
Brigadier, when did you meet accused number 2 in June 2020? Do you remember the date?
Yes, I do. I met him for the first time on the 18th of June 2020 in Kalkon.
Uhlangene nini nommangalelo wesibini ngoJune 2020 uthi ngiyakhumbula ngahlangana naye nge-18 kaJune eCarltonville.
Is it also correct, Brigadier, that there is a statement that you made? The statement that you made on the 15th of October 2023 at 1900 hours 40, the statement that was commissioned by Elizabeth Matlako, but it's a statement that you made on the 15th of October 2023 at 1900 hours 40. Do you remember that statement?
My Lord, I made statements, if perhaps I can be shown that statement, I'm sorry, I can.
It is a statement that is in manuscripts. It's a typed version of the statement.
It's marked as A what? Okay, please.
It was supplied to us when the case was proceeding, so it is not marked.
Yeah, so I will let you have a copy of it.
Kuyiqiniso ukuthi wayenza istatement ngo-October nyakenye uthi ngenze istatement ezimbalwa mhlawumbe uma ngingaboniswa leso statement ngingakwazi ukuthi ngisho ukuthi iqiniso noma akuyiqiniso.
Mr. Baloyi, does it form part of the exhibits, that statement?
We don't know which statement council is referring to, my lord. It's just headed as a statement.
Yes, I've shown it, my lord, to the state. It
And
is
it-
not marked. It was not handed in. And
So
it
it
is
is,
not-
yeah, okay, fine.
Yes, it is not marked as
It was not handed in. Where did you
with
get
an A
it?
number.
Where did you get it?
It was supplied to us by the state. My colleague do have it, my lord.
So just supplied. What was the reason?
As part of the trial within the trial.
Is that so? I see. Where's that statement? Because I would never have it until it comes to be handed.
I've made notes in that one, Brigadier. Maybe you can take this one. Do you recognize that statement, Brigadier?
Yes, I do. I do, sir.
Yasikhumbula lesi statement uthi yebo ngiyasikhumbula.
Do you confirm that it was made by you on the 15th of October 2023 at 1900 hours 40?
Just someone is-
Yavuma ukuthi sayenzwa nguwe ngeyi-15 zika-October ngo-9
Correct, my lord.
ngo-1900 uthi yebo ngiyavuma.
Do you confirm that you signed the statement, Brigadier?
Yes, I do confirm, my lord.
Uyavuma ukuthi wasayina leso statement uthi yebo.
Do you also confirm that it was commissioned by
I
the
do
Commissioner
confirm,
of
my lord.
Oaths?
I do confirm, my lord.
That is
Yeah.
Lieutenant Colonel Matlako.
That is correct, my lord.
Uyavuma futhi nokuthi saxhifizwa istempe u-Lieutenant Colonel Mokgoatlheng uthi yebo.
My lord, I do not intend that the statement be handed in, but I do have one or two questions arising from the statement by the Brigadier.
You must remember we are in a trial within a trial.
Yes.
So does it relate to a trial within a trial? Or as you say, you don't want to hand it up?
Yes. I just
Or
have one
it's just
question.
for what?
Yes,
It's
sir.
predicated on what, in other words? What application? Is it predicated on the fact that you want to cross-examine this witness regarding the normal evidence which is elicited in a trial?
Yes, I just need...
Or are you saying it is relevant for purposes of your client within a trial within a trial, because you want to rebut a document which could possibly be that statement, to say that your client will argue that that statement pertains to an aspect of this application before the court?
It is regarding the meeting, because according to the statement...
The meeting?
The date when they met accused number 2, according to the statement, it is another date than the date that he...
Oh, I see. Okay, let's hear you then.
Brigadier, At paragraph 10 of the statement, which reads as follows. After accused number 2 was arrested by 2 members of a different matter, for a different matter, I proceeded to Western area to interview him. This was on or after the 16th of June 2020. So, according to you, it was on the 18th of June 2020 when you met accused number 2.
Yes, and the statement says on or after. So
On
it
or
gives the room for the 18th. So I met him on the 18th.
Manje ke kulesi statement sithi ngihlangene nommangalelwa wesibini ngaphambi ngeyi-16 noma ngemva kweyi-16. Uthi manje ummeli usasho ukuthi uhlangene naye ummangalelwa wesibini ngeyi-18 uthi yebo. Uma ngithi ngeyi-16 noma ngemva kweyi-16 iyanginika igumbi lokuthi ngikhuluma ngazo amalanga asewadlule i-16.
Brigadier, since you have had sight of this statement, which I've shown it to you, what was this statement about, Brigadier? Was it about the investigation that you've conducted leading to the arrest of accused number 2?
My Lord, one will have to read this because I do know that during these proceedings, one will have to read the entire statement. But I know that during the proceedings in this trial, there were a lot of requests that came from the defense and came to me through the state advocate to say the defense is asking this explanation, they're asking for this explanation, they're asking for cell phones, they're asking for change statements. So if I look at the date of October 2023, I can assure you, my Lord, one will have to read it, that it was at the behest of the defense. I just don't know the context of it. One will have to read to understand what was being asked for me to explain.
Lesi statement bekwesani uma usenza uthi Nkosi yenkantolo ziningi i-statement engizenzile futhi kuzawufuneka ukuthi ngifunde lesi statement ngoba kuningi okwacelwa abameli. Uma sikhuluma ukuthi ngisenze nyakenye ngo-October kuzawufuneka ukuthi ngifunde ukuze ngizokwazi ukuthi bekade kufunwani ngaleso sikhathi.
Is it also correct, Brigadier, that when you met accused number 2 on the 18th of June 2020, there is an information that he gave you?
With regard to this matter and its
Yes.
involvement, that is correct, my Lord.
Iqiniso ukuthi uma uhlangana naye ummangalelo wesibini kunokunye owakutshela kona ngaleli cala uthi yebo iqiniso.
When you met him on the 18th of June 2020, did you record that information anywhere?
Yes, I think I made a diary, my Lord, which I've made copies for the defense after they peruse the original diary, and they have the copies. So it's I would have summarized it in my diary, my Lord. The defense is the copy of my diary.
Kukhona la wabhala khona lento bekade ummangalelwa ezikhuluma uthi yebo kukhona futhi nani ningabameli ngani nika lawo maphepha lawo abuya kwi-diary yami la bengikade ngibhala khona.
What's the problem now?
I'm just reading on the 18th.
The what?
I was just going through the 18th in the diary to see whether it tallies with further
You haven't read that
questions.
statement, in other words.
I've read the statement.
So, what's your problem? If you've read it,
I've read the
you know the
statement.
contents.
Yes. During the interview that you had, Brigadier, with accused number 2, did he mention any other persons who were involved in the commission of the offense?
Mr. Mgomezulu, are you listening to the questioning? On behalf of your client.
May I request my colleague to withdraw the question?
Yeah, because
That's for the main
I don't know.
charge.
If this witness answers that question, it's only fair for the court to refer to Mr. Mgomezulu to say what is his view or comment about the meritocracy of this question.
That's correct.
May I rephrase the question, Madam?
Okay.
When you were interviewing accused number 2 on the 18th of June 2020, Brigadier, did you, other than recording in the diary, did you record anywhere? It could be in the form of a statement.
Yes, I think some of the statements, the two that I've read, my lord, when I applied prior to the applications, those were summary of my investigation and what transpired. So there are a number of statements, including the memorandum to the DPP prior to them being indicted. Also, it has all those recordings. So it's a number of entries, my lord, that would have been made. And I think also the SAP5 investigation diary. So there were a few instances where I documented what transpired.
Uma ukhuluma naye ummangalelwa wesibini kukhona futhi ngaphandle kwedayari kukhona futhi la uye wabhala khona ukuthi yebo kune-statement eziningi ezihlukile ekuthi ngibhalile kuzo nencwadi engayithumela kubashushisi nayo ngabhala kuyo izinto eziningi ngaphambi kokuthi abamangalelwa abashushiswe.
Brigadier, is it correct that on the 6th of July 2020, you met accused number 4 in this case? At Luiko prison?
Yes, that's correct. Accused number?
Number 4.
Just
At Luiko prison.
Iqiniso ukuthi ngeyi-6
Correct.
July
Correct, my lord.
uye wahlangana nommangalelwa wesine ejele eLowcop uthi yebo iqiniso.
Is it correct, Brigadier, that according to you, when you met accused number 4 on the 6th of July 2020, you used the warning statement form?
I did interview him, my lord. If the court can just bear with me, let me just check if the date of the 6 matches that. The court can just bear with me.
Iqiniso ukuthi uye wasebenzisa leli form elisetshenziswayo uma abantu bexwayiswa ngamalungelo wabo ngaphambi kokuthi bazohlonywa imibuzo uthi ithi ngibheke ngaphambi kokuthi ngiphendule Nkosi yenkantolo.
My lord, I don't have the warning statement. Perhaps if I can assist if the document counsel is referring to.
But
I'm trying to look on
you
my-
confirm, Brigadier, that you use the statement regarding interview with suspect on that day? That is the 6th of
Yes,
July
I do
2020.
confirm, but I don't have one. But I do know that at some stage, my lord, I interviewed him and took a warning statement from accused number 4. I'm not sure about the dates, but I can confirm that at some stage, a warning statement was taken from him.
Uyavuma na ukuthi wasebenzisa leyo ncwadi yokuxwayisa i-statement uthi yebo nangokho ilanga ngingasakhumbuli kodwa ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ngathatha i-statement kuye noma ngambuza imibuzo bengikade ngisebenzise sona leso statement.
Brigadier, if you felt it proper or it was proper for you to use the statement regarding interview with suspect form regarding the interview that you had with accused number 4, why then you did not use this form when you met accused number 2 on the 18th of June 2020?
My lord, when accused 2 was approached, the evidence that I had on him was not the same as the one that I had on accused 4 when I approached him later. So there was a part of the situation. What we had on accused 2 at the time, and I did indicate in the court, there was a statement where 1 and 2 were implicated as the people who were involved in the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. Subsequent to obtaining those confessions that occurred in May and June, corroborating evidence was obtained. So by the time I got to accuse your client, there was more evidence that points to him. So the purpose of the interview was not so much as to, one knew that at the end of the day, a presentation will be made to the DPP and a decision will have to be made.
Manje ke njengoba uthi usebenzise istatement lesi kummangalo lo wesibili, kungani ungazange usebenzise kummangalo lo wesibili? Uthi kuhlukile ngalesikhathi ngiyohlangana nommangalo lo wesibili bese senginolwazi ukuthi ubandakanyeka kuleli cala lika lokubulawa kukaSenzo Meyiwa, futhi bengazi nokuthi kuzawuhluka ngoba yobuza ummangalo lo wesine lo bekade ngiyombuza kona kuhluke naloku bekade ngiyobuza ummangalo lo wesine. Yingakho ngingazange ngisebenzise lezo statement.
The statement that I've referred to, the one that you made, Brigadier, on the 15th of October, consists of about the important part, about 4 pages. So, Brigadier, how would you remember word for word what the accused, that is accused number 1 and 2, told you, which made you to document in the statement, if you did not document what accused number 2 said in the interview that you had with him on the 18th of June 2020?
No, my lord, I indicated one that I documented on my diary, summary. Subsequent to that, the confession, my lord, was made on the 19th, the following day, which was then made available to me as the investigating officer a day or 2 days later. When it was made to me, you read that context. Subsequent to that, my lord, number of statements were made. Up to the time when I made a memorandum to the DPP, basically singing the same tune, so to say, my lord, of what was said. You know, you keep on repeating the same thing because you're presenting your case to someone who doesn't know. Subsequent to the memorandum and the issue of the indictment, I also had to make another statement to the court, my lord, when I was applying for the warrant of arrest, also stating the same thing. So in 2023, when I was asked this, it wasn't that I was making it from isolation, my lord. There was documentary evidence that I was referring to. So I didn't just sit and apply my mind as to what happened and try to remember. There were documents, entries that were made, memorandum, investigation diaries. So that's how the statement of 2023 was made, my lord.
Manje ukhumbule kanjani njengoba wenze lesi statement nyakenye izinto ekuthi awuzange uzibhale ngo-2020 uthi cha ngiye ngabhala Nkosi yenkantolo la ukuthi bengikade ngibhala ngamafuphi kwi-diary yami, futhi ngelanga elilandelelayo kula ukuthi ummangalo lo wesibini ubekade esekegunyulukile nganikwa leyo ncwadi leyo ngayifunda, futhi ithe makwenziwa lesi sicelo ukuthi ngibhale lesi statement kula ukuthi nakhona bengikade ngibhala ngilibele ngikhumbula nalezi zinto ukuthi bengikade ngizifundile nezinto ebekade engitshele zona nezinto ebekade ngizibhale phansi, ingakho ngicine seyikuthi ngikwazi ukuthi ngibhale lesi statement.
The entry in there on the 18th of June 2020, was it recorded in your own handwriting, Brigadier?
I will not know. I'll have to check, my lord. But there will be an entry. Be it mine or one of the investigation members, but there should be one, my lord.
Into ebhalwe kwi-diary nge-18 zika June 2020 ibhalwe ngesandla sakho ukuthi ngeke ngikwazi lokho, kodwa ngiyazi ukuthi kwaye kubhaliwe ngahle kubhale mina noma omunye wabaphenyi bakuleli cala.
May I hand the copies of the diary to the Brigadier? My God, thank you. May I hand the copies of the diary to the Brigadier? Just one, I'm concentrating on one question on the 18th, whether that entry on the 18th was recorded in his handwriting. The entry on the 18th of June 2020.
Yeah, where's the diary? Copy of the diary.
You don't have the diary?
I do have.
Okay.
Want me to refer to it?
Yes.
Before you do that, Mr. Nxumalo, what is this cross-examination about? Is it a contention that your client signed a statement, which Brigadier Gidinda calls a warning statement?
No, my lord, it's clarity-seeking questions.
No, just listen to the question.
Yes.
Are you sporting a rebuttal of the fact that your client never signed a warning statement, which was made before, which was allegedly made by your client before Brigadier Gininda. What
No,
is it about?
The question regarding the warning statement, my lord, was that according to the
Hello?
Brigadier, when he met accused number 4,
Yeah.
on the 6th of July 2020, there was a warning statement according to him that was completed.
By your client.
Yes, that was completed. There was a warning statement that was completed. So the crux of the question is that when he was able to interview accused number 4 using the warning statement form, why he did not use that form, that is the warning statement form, when he interviewed accused number 2 on the 18th of June 2020. Basically, that is the question that I'm asking the Brigadier.
No, you're talking at cross purposes. Did your client make a warning statement? This is a trial within a trial. It's not, we're not exploring the general proof of evidence which the onus rests on the state regarding those facts in proving beyond reasonable doubt that your clients, the accused,
Yes.
have committed the alleged crimes they are allegedly charged for. Are you with me?
Yes.
This part of the trial is a trial within a trial to explore the admissibility of the confessions made or even the warning statements, because you remember you, Mr. Mnisi, and I think Mr. Nxumalo took a point that you're disputing the admissibility of those warning statements. Am I still remembering it correct?
That is so, but immediately let us clarify that issue.
Yeah.
In the middle of it all, then the state came back and said it no longer intends to prove those statements. So it no longer intends to prove anything against this accused, against accused number 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
in
fine.
this trial within a trial.
Yeah, I remember that. But the
Yes.
point is, can the state use those warning statements subsequent?
It can't, my lord, because it did not prove them. It did not prove them to be admissible. It can't. If the state would have
No, no,
wanted to
fine.
use those statements, this is the process
Yeah.
that it should also have embarked upon to prove those statements against our client. But now that the state emphatically indicated that we no longer wish to prove those statements against accused number 3, 4, 5.
That's it. I remember
the issue
that.
fell off, yes. So I'm not so sure what is happening now, but that
No,
is
but it's your client, it's your colleague now.
Yes.
I'm not.
Wait, let's just put this to rest. Mr. Baloyi, you know as a senior counsel that you should have argued that you are not continuing with an application to show that the warning statements which are allegedly signed by accused 3, 4, 5 are going to be tendered as having been voluntarily made without any coercion, etc.
Indeed, my lord, we are on record that we are no longer going to use the warning statements.
Right.
I informed my colleagues of
Yeah,
record,
no, I'm aware of it.
also on record.
But you never made an application to abandon that. You never.
Yes.
And the law says you must do that because this court, you gave it an indication, and you know the case. You even quoted the case.
Yes.
This is the case of by my former colleague Salduka,
Yes.
Gama versus State. You remember, State versus Gama.
Yes, that one says if the state is
Yes.
going to lead evidence on confessions, it must signal its intention and forewarn the court.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm still there.
Yes.
You did say we intend using those 3 warning statements.
statements,
Subsequently,
Yes.
you said it in an offhand cat manner, remember? To say they are lucky we may not perhaps even use.
Yes.
You said that.
No, what we said, my lord, is that we are no longer going to, well, I said it in a form of a jest. I said it's,
Yes,
it's a
I heard
Christmas present.
Yes.
But I then formally put it on record that
Okay.
we're no longer going to lead evidence on warning statement. Hence, we did not lead Brigadier Gininda on those warning statements.
That's it, quite, okay. Mr. Nxumalo, you know the consequences of eliciting hearsay evidence?
My lord, I haven't elicited what is contained in the warning statement form.
Hello?
I have not elicited what is contained in the warning statement form in any way.
So what are you talking about?
the
If you're not eliciting anything that is contained in the warning statement, what is this cross-examination about?
My cross-examination, my lord, was based on the issue that the Brigadier did use, according to him, a warning statement form on the 6th of July 2020
Yes, yes.
when interviewing accused number 4. So
Yes.
if that is the position, why he did not use the same warning statement form when he met accused number 2 on the 18th of June 2020? And I've got the answer from the Brigadier.
So, any further questions then?
The question, the Brigadier was still looking at the diary, at his diary.
Okay, fine.
Was it completed, Brigadier, in your own handwriting? The entry on the 18th of June 2020?
No. It wasn't completed in my handwriting, my lord. It was completed by one of my the investigation team, but it was signed by me. So, if maybe just to be specific, my lord, the council needs to know whether the details of what transpired with accused number 2 is contained. You must look at C-178. You will see it details the issue that he was followed, his alibi was false, he was warned according to his rights, he absconded from work from the 25th according to what we've obtained. The issue, it's a long entry. It also talks about the mental examination. So it moves, my lord, from 178, 179 to 180. It summarizes a whole lot of things and what was done. So it's 3-page C entry, my lord.
Kubhalwe ngesandla sakho na izinto ezenzakele uma ummangalelwa ezebe ehlonywa imibuzo ummangalelwa wesibini uthi akubhalanga isandla sami kodwa yimina ongasayinda futhi ummeli uma efuna ukwazi lokho abheke ku C178 ukuya ku C180 ngoba izinto eziningi la ukuthi besikade silandelela ummangalelwa kwafika nala ezochaza ukuthi wayekade semsebenzini kwabhalwa ukuthi wayekade engekho futhi kwalandelelwa izinto eziningi ezibhaliwe laphayana manje ummeli akafundeke kusuka ku C178 ukuya ku C180.
And lastly, my lord, the issue of the warning statement, it was taken on accused number 2 at a later stage. That was the first encounter on the 18th of June when he was interviewed. But subsequently, before he appeared in court, there was a formal warning statement that was taken from him, my lord.
Futhi ke leso statement ukhuluma ngaso sathathwa ngemva kwesikhathi kummangalelo wesibini ngaphambi kokuthi avele enkantolo okokuqala.
Brigadier, on the 19th of June 2020, you told the court that you made arrangements that accused number 2 must be taken to Colonel Rapad.
Yes, I did. They started from the 18th, but yes, I'm aware that on the 19th he went to Colonel Rapad in Morocco, my lord. That's correct.
Uthe 19 zika June uye wena wayenza ukuthi ummangalelwa aye ku Colonel Rapad uthi yebo kuqale nge-19 kodwa nge-18 ngiyazi ukuthi nge-19 waya ayohlangana naye.
Brigadier, are there any arrangements that you made that accused number 2 be taken to a magistrate on or before the 19th?
No, there was none.
Kunohlelo la wena uye walenza ukuthi ummangalelo wesibini ayiswe kumantshi nge-19 noma ngaphambi kwalokho uthi cha?
Just one last question. Brigadier, are there any arrangements that you made that accused number 2 be taken to a district sergeant for physical examination that is pre and post confession?
No, it was post. So the first confession, it's in between. The first confession happened on the 19th of June 2020. The dental examination happened on the 22nd of June. That was the day of his first appearance in Phuket. Subsequent to the first appearance, then he went for dental examination. Yes, I made those arrangements. Then the second confession was on the 24th of June 2020. So it's in between. The arrangement is in between, my lord.
Uye wahlela na ukuthi ummangalelwa ayobonana nodokotela wamazinyo uthi yebo ngakwenza lokho i-confession yokuqala yathathwa nge-19 yena ke ummangalelwa wayisiwa kudokotela nge-22 zika June bese ke waphinda futhi wabuyela kumantshi nge-24 zika June. Manje ngahlela uye waya kulawo malanga lawo aphakathi.
Sorry, just to recap before you answer. So you're saying the first confession was on the 19th?
19th of June.
Who was in charge of that process?
It's Lieutenant Colonel Rapadu, my lord.
Rapari, and then who was in charge of the one on the 24th?
Mrs. Cronje, the magistrate in Boxburg.
Okay,
Magistrate
Gronye.
Court.
Okay, fine, yeah.
Manje uthe ukugunyuluka kokuqala kwenzakele nge-19. Ubani umuntu obekade ebhala noma obekade nommangalelwa uthi uKolonel Rapadu. Le eyesibini i-confession ummangalelwa uyenze phambi komantshi uKronye.
Brigadier, I mean, transported to the district sergeant,
I beg
to
your
the,
pardon?
to
Sorry,
the
my lord.
district sergeant for physical examination. As
Sorry, I don't understand the question, my lord. My apologies.
Was he taken to the district sergeant?
I'm not. Well, he was taken to a doctor who was qualified and examined him. I just don't recall the details, my lord. One will have to read it. But the fact of the matter, it was a qualified dental doctor who examined him and then subsequently issued a health document. But it was a qualified doctor. And that document, my lord, we did attach it and disclose it to the defense as well.
Mina ngithi ukuthi ummangalelwa ayobonana nodokotela wamazinyo. Uthi ubrigadier nangokho ngingakhumbuli igama ukuthi wayisiwa komuphi kodwa kula ukhona la ukuthi uke wayisiwa kudokotela obekade enazo imfundo zokuthi udokotela wamazinyo. Yena ke kuzawufuneka ukuthi ngifunde ukuthi ubekade ebhaleni kodwa ngiyazi ukuthi ummangalelwa uke wayisiwa udokotela wamazinyo.
Thank you, Brigadier. Thank you, my lord. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Ms. Mshonan?
This is my lord, I will ask for a short an adjournment, of which I don't know whether it's a short one, my lord. The reason is that, firstly, I have been given the transcript this morning for the 27th of November. Yesterday, I only received the transcript for the 27th of October. So I still need to go through them and confirm the line of my questions with my learned friends for accused 1 and 2. And then secondly, the other list of the questions I had outside the transcript, my lord, I need to confirm them first with the clients, which is accused number 1 and 2, my lord. I'm begging leave,
So,
my lord.
yeah, fine. How long
Yes.
should we adjourn, Mr. Barry?
My lord, maybe if we can adjourn until 2, because it's after 11 now.
Until?
2 o'clock.
No, no. We adjourn up to 12 o'clock. Okay.
It's after 11 now, my lord.
Yeah, what the time? After 11 means anything. What's after 11? 5 past 11? 10 past 11?
It's 20 past, my lord. 20 past. 20 past. So if we adjourn until 2, I will have time to read the transcript first and then consult on the questions, my lord.
Okay. Let's come back at 2 then.
Thank you, my lord.
Uzobuya ngo-2.